Chivalry 2 has been in a bit of a content drought since Steam release. No patches, no maps, no weapons. We've all just kind of been sitting around waiting for Torn Banner to talk, and they finally did. Was it worth the wait? I'm Strider the Champ. In today's video, I'll give you guys all the important details on the upcoming reinforced update for Chivalry 2, which will be coming in early October. If you enjoy the video, remember to join the ranks of angels by subscribing. Let's start with talking about probably the biggest takeaway from the developer stream, and it's not what's being added, but what isn't. We've been waiting for over a year for Crossplay Parties, and they're supposed to be in the reinforced update, but once again, they've been delayed, and I've spoken many times on this issue. Crossplay in 2022 means you can party with your friends. The marketing was a bit devious here. It should be in the game, period. And I understand people being super salty about this. I personally would love to play with my console friends without them having to try to stream snipe me for 30 minutes. It's just ridiculous. I'm kind of the opinion at this point that there must be some sort of massive technical issue they can't solve to make this work. And at this point, I wouldn't hope or expect the crossplay parties until proven otherwise. Topic number 2, big community issue for the last few months, and really the Reddit mob has been going crazy about this for the past week or so. And I actually agree with Reddit here, but team stacking and swapping will finally be massively nerfed and addressed. Team swapping attack is just soft beta mentality. It ruins the game for all involved. I'm beyond happy to see Torn Banner take some action here. I cannot wait to swim in the salty tears of all those high level players who only play attack and now have to put on their big boy pants and play some D. You'll love to see it. It seems now balancing works from map start, and you can only switch teams to a team that has less players. I'm hoping this has a massive impact on team swapping and makes it more of a hassle for them than it's worth. Now, we do have a new map called Hippodrome that looks kind of like a chariot racing track, maybe a little Roman Colosseum vibe on a much smaller scale. There will be horses and spike traps, fire traps, all the usual shenanigans. Now, I thought I did hear this, but someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the map's only going to be coming to 40-player servers because of the horses, and it's also team deathmatch, which kind of kills my enthusiasm for it because it seems like this is now content that only a small portion of the player base will play, so a bit disappointing. Now, there was a redeeming bit of news about this new map, and that is it'll also be included in Free-for-All. Rejoice, FFA fans, we finally are shown a little bit of love. We haven't gotten anything for FFA since Galencourt, so thank God we have another map in the rotation. Now, I did ask in the stream several times if FFA would go to the main page, and I never got an answer, which usually means the answer is no. So keep the fingers crossed, but we may still be buried in the browser. On the topic of new stuff, we also get the Katars, which seem to be like spiked fists, that they'll be on the Ambusher class. You'll be able to dual wield these, and the interesting part to me was there won't be any interrupt on enemy attacks, so it sounds like they'll just be like higher damage fists. I'm curious to see the use rates on these, as they seem to appeal to a really small demographic of players, but maybe one day I'll get that two-handed flail of my dreams. One can only hope. Now, there was a side on general bug fixes. I have a feeling the official patch notes will have way more, but it looks like the no helmet bug will be fixed, which is nice for our players who love their cosmetics, and the peasants will finally be spawning in Galencourt again, which we all know the peasants is the best part of the Courtyard TDM match, so I'm excited about that. Now, they did also highlight improvements to hit detection or ghost hits on ranged weapons, so those kind of instances where a projectile is thrown, hits an enemy's back, and falls down for no damage, they claim to have made pretty massive improvements here. We'll see once the patch goes live if it actually works. Now, they did highlight a few weapon changes, and I imagine there will be more in the official notes, but spears of all kinds will be receiving a mild nerf. Let's face it, spears in public lobby almost always, it feels cruel and just super easy to stomp. The combination of reach, power, and speed, you can just dominate lobbies with only stabbing in group fights, so they want to bring the power down, and it'll receive some nerfs to combo speed and knockback. We'll see if this has any tangible effect on how good the weapon is. Now, our Highland boys are also receiving a nerf, probably the most cried about weapon on Reddit. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Highland sword. I just think it's pretty mediocre compared to a Messer or a Greatsword. I'm pretty consistent on calling it just a shitter stomper, but they want to tone it down, and they're reducing the damage to both its overhead and its slashes. Hopefully we see less Highland boys running around this fall. Alright guys, that's it for me. I want to hear down below, are you excited or disappointed by what they released about the reinforced update? Till next time, champ out.